Hi guys, and welcome to Animating the Walking Man lecture. It's a very important lecture and I'm showing you all this. It has many folds learning. The first learning, I want you to get very familiar in compounding shapes, because later on we are going to come in and start animating the fill, the stroke and the transform from here to achieve amazing motion graphics. That's one. Second, I want also you to be very comfortable so we can use the ad later on to use the repeater, the trim path, the twist, the merge path and everything else here. Cool. And there is another main purpose is to learn here about the walk cycle. I will be creating a walk cycle of 2 phases only in this animation. Later on in this course, you will learn how to create a walk cycle for 4 phases. This is the normal one. It's a bit more complicated, more keyframes and so on. And then our last objective is to get used to many keyframes in your layers. Yet I know there are many ways using expressions where you can eliminate totally these keyframes. Not totally, but at least some of them. And also being able to understand that you can create complex shapes using shape layers, using pre-composition also, and to create compound animations using the pre-comps and the shape layers. So let's start. As soon as you want to animate, you want to take care of your anchor points. That is obvious. So let's see what we have here. We have the complete head and we have the front hand and the front leg. Let's look at legs. The anchor point here is in the middle. And if you open on rotation, unfortunately there are no shortcuts here, keyboard shortcut. You need to open the whole layer. So if you open the front leg and we go to front leg transform and we go to rotation, if I rotate, this is not exactly where a leg rotates. So I will undo this one. What I need to do is to fix all the anchor points in the right places in the right animation and test them using the rotation. Of course, you could use rotation and scale to test your anchor point position, and position is not really so obvious sometimes. Sometimes it's okay wherever the anchor point is. To move the anchor point to its right location, I will use the pan behind in the toolbar. It's also called the anchor point tool. I will click on it. I click on the anchor point and I'll move it to over here. Cool. Now I test it with the rotation. Well, that seems correct. This is where I want the leg to move from. And it seems okay. So I will undo this one. Let's go to the next shape. Now, using the pan behind, you cannot select. You need to switch back to your selection tool. That is V. And then double click to select your shape. Press Y to use the pan behind and move it to where you want the shape to move. So in this case, the leg will move from upper here. That's okay. We press V, we click, we select the other hand, we press Y, and I'm sure you want to move the hand from its shoulder here or whatever looks like a shoulder. Press V, then select the other hand, press Y for the anchor point tool and move the anchor point to the shoulder here. Press V, select the torso for example, and with the pan behind Y, the torso usually moves from down there. Okay, that's okay for the rotation, it rotates nicely. Press V, go to the head. Now we want to move the whole head, of course. And I press Y and move it just over here. Now you notice that in your absence, sorry for that, I adjusted the shape. I didn't like it very much. My man was looking a bit awkward. Now it looks better, but still pretty awkward. I'm sure you can create something fantastic. Good. Having adjusted all the anchor points, what we want to do is to start animating. And we are going to animate with the rotation. Let's start by animating the front leg. If you come to the front leg, that is the front leg here. You open the transform for the front leg. You have the rotation. I will keyframe the rotation and move half a second, that is plus 12 frames, and rotate the leg to the front. So that is a step. And then move more and return the leg to its initial position. For that, I am not going to rotate it. I will take the first keyframe, Ctrl C to copy it, and Ctrl V to paste it wherever is the timeline. Now, if you notice, the leg comes in front and then backward. That will make a kind of step. I'll click outside, take my man and move it up. Of course, no keyframe will change because it's inside the shapes. So that is one. Fine, I'll come back to the beginning. I take the second leg and go to find the leg. It's back leg here. I will go to transform back leg and I keyframe the rotation. Now I will go to the layer itself, press U so I can see the keyframes. This is very practical because now I can see the rotation for the previous layer. And I press K to move to the next keyframe. Then I will rotate this leg to the back. So it made a step, let's say like this. Then I press another K to position here and then copy and paste on the timeline the keyframe. So let's see what we have. It moves one step. Actually, it's moving one step forward and another step like this. So it looks like it's moving. Cool, guys? Fine. Now let's take care of the hand. The hand is over here. I will twirl up, twirl down, and this is the front hand. Go to transform hand, go to rotation, keyframe the rotation, and I can do that for the second hand also. I will come to the second hand here. I need to find it. I will go to transform the hand, find rotation, keyframe it. I will come to the layer, press U. So I summarized a bit the rotation for the front hand and the back hand. I will come to the next. You know, the front hand moves with the front leg. They should be almost parallel. I will come to the front hand here and rotate it. The anchor point is right, so it should be somewhere here. Then I press K, copy the first keyframe and paste it. Now notice the front hand is moving with the front leg. That is pretty cool. I hope so, right? Okay, let's put it here and see. Yes, they are moving together. I will do the same for the backhand. The backhand now is over here. I will come to the next keyframe and I need to return it back like the back leg. So I will rotate it this way. Cool. So it's parallel to the back leg. Usually this is how we work. Press K, copy the first keyframe and paste it. So now I have a walk cycle, a bit nice, not bad. It's okay for the time you have taken to make it. Cool. Now I need to animate the torso because usually you don't walk, you know, straight up. The torso doesn't move. The torso moves up and down. So I will come to the shape layer, twirl down and go and find my torso here. Here it is. Now we are going to animate with the transform torso, but we are going to animate the position. I keyframe the position. I press U on the layer to get all the keyframes. So this is the positions. Arriving here, you can take the torso up and down. I will take it down a bit. So I will come over here, click on it, and take it down a bit. Okay, just a bit, not too much. Okay, this will do. Go to the next keyframe, take the first keyframe, copy it, Control C, and here you are. You have the torso moving with your movement. If it's too much for you, then you can adjust it from here. Say, okay, I want the torso to move less, so we'll take it up a bit. And let's see the movement now. Not bad, it looks okay. Now we go to the head. We don't want to animate all the elements in the head. We want only to animate the head itself. So we twirl up and twirl down. We get the head, the complete head. And we want to animate here the transform complete head. We open it and we go to a rotation. We keyframe the rotation. Go back to the layer and press U. That's fine. So we have complete head rotation. We come to the in the middle and we add a bit the in front, so it bends over a bit. Go to the next keyframe by pressing K, copy this keyframe and paste it over there. Let's preview our animation and we see that the walking is okay, it's not bad, it's just doing one single step. The problem is we have a composition of 3 seconds and we have a walking cycle only for 1 second, if you notice. Now, in the next lecture, we are going to extend the walking cycle to cover the 3 seconds. Meantime, we can reduce our work area. So the time played here is restricted to our work area. This gray bar here represents your work area. You have the work area start. You see how I'm pointing? It will change the mouse pointer to an arrow to the left. And you have the work area end. The work area is how much time you want to play from your composition. You can set it to, for example, 1 second in this case. You can click and drag your work area end to bring it to the timeline indicator. Or easier, you can just press N and your work area end will come to the timeline indicator. Now you go back to preview here and you want to stretch out and make sure that the range here is work area. Is not work area extended, is not entire duration, it's just work area. Now, if you play in this case, time will be only what's inside the work area. And you can appreciate the work cycle because we didn't extend it to the whole composition yet. When we extend it, it will be much better. In the next lecture, we will extend the motion using keyframes and not expressions yet to cover the whole time of the composition. Then we'll create a motion of the shape layer within the composition, and maybe we'll add some background to make it more fun. I'll see you in the next lecture.